to 11 all the time. You ready? 1, 2, 1.
Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Albany Law School's 168th commencement ceremony, and congratulations to the class of 2019. My name is Connie Mayer. I'm the Associate Dean for Academic Affairs here at Albany Law School. And before we get started, I would like to recognize and thank some of the legacy families here today. These are Albany Law alumna and alumni who have a son, daughter, grandchild, sibling, niece, or nephew graduating today. You've put your trust in Albany Law School again and again, and we appreciate your commitment and support. In addition to our esteemed faculty and members of the Board of Trustees who are here with me on the stage, I would like to take a moment to recognize some special guests who are in our audience today. The Honorable Michael Garcia, class of 1989. The Honorable Victoria Graffio, class of 1977. The Honorable W. Dennis Dugan, class of 1976. And the Honorable Stacy Lee Pettit, class of 1984. We're so glad you were able to join us today for this ceremony. And of course, we're honored today to have New York State's Chief Judge, the Honorable Janet DiFiore, as our commencement speaker. I would also like to take a few minutes to remember those in the Albany Law School family who are no longer with us. This year, the law school community mourned the passing of Professor Frank Anderson, longtime employee and friend Kathy Knoyer, and the Honorable Julian Hanley, who until his death this year at 105 was Albany Law School's oldest living graduate. We're grateful for what they contributed to the law school. They were true friends, and we will miss them. Now I would like to invite Isaac Young to the stage to lead us in the national anthem. Isaac is a member of the Yale Whiffenpoofs, America's oldest collegiate a cappella group. His parents are Professor Donna Young and Professor Peter Halewood, and I know that they're very proud of him today for being here. So welcome, Isaac.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hail at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets' red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
That was spectacular. Good morning. My name is Jim Hacker, and I have the privilege and honor of being the chair of the Albany Law School Board of Trustees. And on behalf of the board, our faculty, staff and administration, I want to welcome each and every one of you to the 168th Commencement. And we're very proud to have you. Graduates, congratulations. This is the end of a long road, and the road is really just beginning. Everyone up here certainly remembers their day that they walked across this stage. For myself, I walked across the stage 35 years ago, and the one thing I remember and I want to share with you is that I felt very happy that I had graduated, but I still had this bar exam that I had to deal with, all right? And I thought I would just tell you what a professor told me and some of my friends when we were getting ready for the bar exam, and I remembered it during those 8 weeks that I studied. He told me that, well, he asked me, he said, "Have you ever really failed anything? You're here in law school, you went to college, you did well in high school, you never really have failed the test before." And I thought back and I said, no, never, not really, not one that I prepared for. He said, if you remember that, key is preparing. He said, if you remember that, and if you, at the end of July, can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I have never studied this hard for any test in my life, there is no way you're going to fail. And none of you are going to fail, because you're going to study harder for any test. The key thing he told me is don't panic. Don't panic. Just go back to that idea that I'm going to study as hard as I can, and I know I will pass. So I know that each and every one of you will do spectacular on the bar exam. You'll pass. It'll be a distant memory, and someday, hopefully, many of you are sitting up here, and you can look back and recollect on the day that you walked across the stage. Congratulations, and have a great, great day today.
Good morning, everybody. I'm Alicia Willette. I'm the president and dean, and to the class of 2019, congratulations, congratulations, you did it. We're so proud of each and every one of you, and we're just delighted for your families, who I know share in the pride that we all feel. Some of you are following in the footsteps of a family member. Others are first-generation law students. You are earning law degrees, master's degrees, and LLM degrees. You come from different countries and different states and have different stories to tell. What you all have in common is that shortly you will be able to call yourselves graduates of Albany Law School. And as we like to say around here, we are Albany Law. We are the lawyers and leaders who seek to make a difference. We are the voices of the disempowered. We are inspirational leaders. We are champions for justice. And the world needs you, the we in We Are Albany Law, more now than ever. With your knowledge and your skills, with your Albany Law degree, you are ready to speak up, speak out, and listen to those with whom you disagree. You are ready to solve problems and use the law to fight the good fight. You are ready to make an impact. You each have what it takes, the knowledge and the skills and the good judgment to effect justice. I have faith that with you advocating for your view of justice, with you using the law on behalf of your clients, your firms, your businesses, and in the public service, you have the most promising tools in your grasp, and you will make this world a better place. So today, we celebrate. You earned it, and you will celebrate again many times in your careers. This is just the beginning. You've accomplished so much to get here. More on that in a moment. Chair Hacker already referenced the bar exam, and we know you're ready, and we are here to support you through it. But I'd like to speak to your families for a moment about the bar exam. Your graduates' families and loved ones, your graduates have asked me to say a bit about the 10 weeks in which they will be preparing for the bar exam. Your graduate is facing the hardest, most intense challenge of their professional careers, and they need your support. The best way to support your graduate is to understand that for the next 10 weeks, they can't be there for you. They need to be selfish. They need to have an absolute and singular focus on studying for the bar nearly every single waking hour of almost every single day until July. So yes, they need to unplug from social media. Yes, they need to study on the weekends. No, they can't always take the day off for a family event or a wedding shower or to cover a shift in the family business. Please encourage them to study instead of coming home just that one time, for this one period. Feed them, love them, and forgive them their grumpiness. They will be grumpy. Preparing for the bar exam is both a sprint and a marathon, and it's as grueling as it sounds, but you can be a part of their success so that you and we can celebrate the ultimate victory. We only want them to do this once, one and done, and with your support, they will do this. We're all in it together. And families, on August 1st, after the bar exam, they are all yours. Of course, I'm jumping ahead, and today is about celebrating the great accomplishments of finishing up their Albany Law School education. Getting to this moment is a tremendous achievement. It is the result of hundreds of hours of hard, focused work. Members of the class of 2019, remember when you showed up for new student orientation and you struggled through a case involving a peach pit or a fishbone? Since then, you've gained so much confidence. You've interviewed clients, completed oral arguments, mastered the rules of evidence, and can argue the First Amendment with the best of them. You've come so far, learned and accomplished so much. You have so much to be proud of. Master's graduates, LLM graduates, this is your day too. Your careers are blossoming. Some are already in full bloom. Whatever your profession, whatever sector you choose to explore, whether it be business, healthcare, government, cybersecurity, data privacy, or yes, for the LLM crowd, law, you can now reach higher, think bigger. Opportunities are there for the taking. Throughout our school, across all programs, online and in our classrooms, we have seen you grow. Class of 2019, you are ready to show the world the impact one can make with an Albany Law School degree. Our distinguished alumnus, David McCraw, once said here, right on this stage, that being a graduate of Albany Law School means being the kind of lawyer people count on, an Albany lawyer. And that goes for all our graduates. It means being an Albany leader. So go out and make Albany Law proud. Make your families proud. Be the kind of lawyer and leader that people count on. Stay in touch. We expect great things, and we hope you'll be in touch with us when you have news to share. With that, I want to remind you that although today is about you, it's also about the people who made this day possible for you. Throughout this event, we will be recognizing several people, faculty, alumni, staff, your classmates, and others. There are always people who are pulling you up, lending a hand, and supporting you along the way. So today is about you, but it is also about giving back, and in a great Albany Law School tradition, looking back and acknowledging those who have made a difference along the way. So I'd like you to start now by having the class of 19 please stand, turn around, and face the audience. The parents, grandparents, friends, siblings, spouses, partners, and children before you have supported you throughout your law school journey. They have experienced with you your fears and anxieties, celebrated your triumphs, and loved you throughout. Class of 2019, please acknowledge and show your appreciation for the sacrifices of your loved ones by applauding them now. All right, please be seated. Aren't they a great class? So it is one of Albany Law School's traditions to honor some of the people who make a difference every day in the lives of our students, our faculty. Each year at commencement, Albany Law School gives awards to recognize outstanding faculty for their contributions in service, scholarship, and teaching. And this is a surprise that the winners don't know, so everyone's holding their breath up on the stage. In keeping with the tradition, last year's recipients will be presenting this year's awards. Professor Melissa Brieger will present the Faculty Award for Service. Professor Pat Connors will present the Faculty Award for Teaching, and Professor Evelyn Tenenbaum will present the Faculty Award for Scholarship. Could the presenters please come forward?
The Faculty Excellence in Service Award is given annually to a faculty member who has demonstrated tremendous service to the law school. This awardee's contributions have made colleagues from all sides of the aisle glow. One colleague described this person's progress to achieve faculty equity as astonishing. On top of the work for the faculty, this member has been an invaluable source of counseling and advocacy for LGBTQ students and their allies, often serving as a guiding light by example. I am so honored to present this award to a person who I've worked so closely with over the past few years and so richly deserves this honor. Please join me as we congratulate the 2019 Faculty Excellence in Service awardee, Professor Steve Clark.
We received several nominations this year for the winner of the Faculty Excellence in Teaching Award. Here's what some of the students had to say about her. She is one of the school's kindest and most thoughtful educators. Answers are rarely wrong. They're on the right track, or part of the bigger picture to encourage us to keep trying. She adjusts the class pace and holds additional group office hours to ensure that everyone has a chance to reach out and understand the material. On a personal level, she gets to know each of her students outside of class. She is a confidant on the days we need someone to talk to, a mentor when we need guidance, and a friendly face in the hallways when we need a hello and a smile to get us through the day. I had the pleasure of observing Professor Janine Toronto's classes throughout the years. And they're amazing. And most recently in April, I sat there and watched her with PowerPoints in the front of the room, written on the whiteboard, all sorts of things. She must have gotten into the class a half hour ahead of time to do all this. And everyone was so engaged. It was so engaging, she called on me, and I got the answer wrong. Janine, congratulations.
Good morning, and hearty congratulations to you and your families. I'm here to present the Faculty Award for Excellence in Scholarship. Martin Luther King Jr. stated that our lives begin to end the day we become silent about things that matter. The recipient of this year's award has certainly not been silent about the vitally important issues that matter to her: domestic violence, human trafficking, bias in the courts, and the rights of children and families. Not only has her own scholarship been prolific and influential, but she has also had a significant impact on academic scholarship elsewhere through her peer mentoring, peer review of articles, and many scholarly presentations. Nelson Mandela wrote, "A good head and good heart are always a formidable combination. But when you add to that a literate tongue or pen, then you have something very special." The recipient of our Faculty Award today has received the trifecta of faculty awards. She has already been honored for her excellence in service and teaching, and today we honor her good head, good heart, and literate pen. The law school honors Melissa Brieger with the 2019 Faculty Award for Excellence in Scholarship.
How lucky we are to have such a wonderful faculty, right? Congratulations, all of you. They make our lives better every day. So now it is my pleasure to invite a top-performing student, Lou Testani, to take the stage. Lou is the student with the highest cumulative GPA after the fall semester, and he will be introducing today's commencement speaker. Lou?
Thank you, Dean, and thank you, everybody. Before I introduce our speaker, I would like to just quickly say thank you to my mom and girlfriend who are both here. Without both of you and the impact you've had on my life, I can say for certain I wouldn't be standing here today receiving my JD. So I can't thank you both enough, but I'll try. Thank you. And I promised Dean Queen I wouldn't go off script, but I hope that was okay. All right, I'm back on script. All right. So now it's my honor to introduce our class of 2019 commencement speaker, the Honorable Janet DiFiore, Chief Judge of the Court of Appeals in the state of New York. If I had to, I could summarize her resume in just 2 words: public service. But those words, as powerful as they are, don't do her accomplishments justice. Chief Judge DiFiore served the people as an assistant district attorney, as chief of the Narcotics Bureau, and ultimately as the district attorney for Westchester County. She served as a judge in Westchester County and justice for the New York State Supreme Court, and now she serves as chief judge of our great state. As chief judge, she has prioritized excellence. In 2016, she announced her signature excellence initiative to further improve New York's courts by eliminating backlogs, delays, providing high-quality services, supporting fairness, and ultimately improving access to justice. She is a leader, she is a brilliant jurist, and we are fortunate to have her here to address our class. Welcome, Chief Judge DiFiore.
Yours? Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. And congratulations to all of our graduates. Please allow me this morning to begin by thanking your president and dean, Alicia Willett, and the members of the Board of Trustees for the privilege of receiving, I'm told in a short while, the honorary degree of Doctor of Laws. I am certainly most grateful and proud to receive such an honor, particularly from this excellent law school, which has, for the past 168 years, trained and inspired new lawyers to make a positive difference in our society, and which, to the benefit of all of us, has enjoyed such a close and mutually supportive relationship with our state's High Court, the Court of Appeals. So thank you for your part in continuing that long tradition. And I am most excited today to have the opportunity to address this completely accomplished class of 2019, as well as your distinguished faculty and alumni, and of course, quite frankly, the people who really made this day special, the proud parents, the spouses, partners, family members, children, and friends of today's law school graduates. These last 3 years, for each of you, we know, has been consumed by hard work, by perseverance, and by sacrifice. And today, each of you can and you should take enormous pride and satisfaction in knowing that you have met every challenge that has come your way. And finally, you have finished the race. And now you stand in a very special place and time in your life, a time of promise and excitement as you begin your professional careers with great futures and absolutely boundless opportunities ahead for every single one of you. And thanks to your wise decision to attend Albany Law School, and in large measure because of the excellence of your faculty, you are well prepared and uniquely positioned to join the ranks of our storied profession, and as you will come to understand and value in greater depth, a loyal and influential alumni network of professionals that is over 10,000 strong, including dozens of federal and state judges, including my Court of Appeals colleagues who are here today, Leslie Stein, class of '81, Michael Garcia, class of '89, and my colleague and very good friend, Victoria Graffio, class of '77, as well as, of course, many political leaders and public servants who have graduated this law school, nationally recognized lawyers and leaders at large firms and small corporations, public interest groups, and movers and shakers of industry, business, culture, and social justice. Each one of these alumni sat where you sit today, and I am certain that it did not take long for them to understand and appreciate the value and the power of their Albany law degree, which opened doors of opportunity for them, positioned them to achieve professional success and satisfaction, and empowered them to promote justice in our society. Graduates, your law degree, your Albany law degree, empowers you to accomplish great things. It empowers you to right wrongs, it empowers you to improve lives, and it empowers you to make our communities better places for all of us to live, to work, and to raise our families. And these are not just lofty words from case books or class lectures. These are the values that you have absorbed and that you have experienced here firsthand at Albany Law School, both inside and outside of the classroom. The values you have internalized through hundreds of hours devoted pro bono to serving the legal needs of poor and vulnerable people in your communities. The values you have internalized through the excellent Justice Center and clinical programs here at the law school, programs focused on helping victims of domestic violence, immigrants facing deportation, the chronically ill dealing with health-related legal problems, juveniles who become involved with the criminal justice system at a far too early age, and struggling veterans and senior citizens, to name just a few. In fact, over the last 3 years, in an extraordinary demonstration of what it means to be a member of a serving profession, This graduating class devoted over 52,000 hours of pro bono service to needy people in diverse communities throughout the region. Ladies and gentlemen, I do think that requires a round of applause. Excellent. Fantastic. The ABA Model Code of Professional Responsibility, which sets the guideposts for legal ethics and professional responsibility for us, states in its preamble that a lawyer is three things. A lawyer is a representative of clients. A lawyer is an officer of the legal system. And a lawyer is a public citizen having special responsibility for the quality of justice. As public citizens trained in the law and soon to be officers of the court who will take a solemn oath to support our Constitution, know and understand that you have a special responsibility, a responsibility to be publicly engaged and active, not just in the alumni networks and bar associations that will prove so valuable to your professional growth, but in the civic life of your communities, in politics, in grassroots movements, and in defending and fighting for the principles and the ideals that you hold dear. Because our democracy is not self-sustaining. It does not run on autopilot. And there is no room and there is no time for complacency. And to be clear, my message is not about where you stand on the political spectrum or what causes or candidates you believe in or vote for. That is not at all the point. The point is this: for our democracy to remain healthy and sound, we need to draw strength from lawyers like you, lawyers who will fearlessly and ethically advocate and speak out, not only on behalf of clients, not just in a court of law, but in the public arena, in the court of public opinion, on behalf of the causes and the values that you care about. And remember, never fear to step up and to step out, because if our system is working as it should and as it is intended to work, you can be certain that there will be another lawyer on the other side opposing you, someone who is equally committed to his or her causes and values, and someone who will fearlessly and ethically speak out and contest the issues on the merits. That is the glory of our democracy. It is loud, it is messy, and it is definitely not perfect, but it works, and it has worked for a very long time, in large part because of the moral courage of the lawyers and public citizens who understand from their training in the law and their respect for our system of government that education, especially civic education, is key to the American experiment in self-government. That argument and debate will get us nowhere unless it is reasoned, it is informed, principled, and yes, civil. That logic, reason, and facts are the weapons we need to overcome emotion, fear, and distortion. That searching for common ground and compromise is not a sign of weakness, but rather it is a sign and a reflection of our faith in the resilience of our society and our democratic institutions, and it is the key to resolving our most difficult and sometimes complicated differences. Graduates, no one, and I repeat, no one is better prepared than you are to participate in the collective effort to keep our democracy on a steady course, to serve as the moderators of our democratic debate, to elevate the quality of our public discourse, to relentlessly defend the rule of law, and to step into the breach and assert the kind of intellectual, public, and political leadership by which lawyers have helped make this country, for all of its admitted flaws and imperfections, the greatest beacon of freedom and opportunity the world has ever known. And the alternative? Well, the alternative is simply unacceptable. And if we as lawyers step back from our duties as public citizens, fail to honor our responsibilities as members of this privileged profession, focus only on our private concerns and aspirations, disengage from civic responsibilities, and withdraw our voices from the public arena, we leave a vacuum for those who are ready to degrade public discourse and undermine the independence of our courts and our legal institutions in service of their own personal agendas. History has shown us the tragic human consequences that unfold when lawyers abdicate their responsibilities as public citizens and fail to speak out against threats to judicial independence and the rule of law. And because you have spent the last 3 years learning from committed faculty, mentors, and role models about the power of the law and how to use that power to promote justice in our society, you already know in your heart what it means to be a public citizen. And so whatever path it is that you choose as a lawyer, whether it be in private practice, as corporate counsel, as prosecutor, public defender, or whether you choose a path outside of the law altogether, my message to you is this: never forget or underestimate the power and the responsibility that is yours as a public citizen, professionally trained in the law, to be a leader and a force for good in your communities, to be a defender of our institutions of democracy, and to be an advocate for the rule of law. Each of you must take enormous pride in your graduation today. Pride and great satisfaction in the hard work and effort that you have put forth and the many sacrifices that your families have made on your behalf. Every ounce of that effort and every sacrifice was worth the investment, because you are now prepared in heart and in mind to make a positive difference in our profession, in our celebrated system of justice, and at a time when we are indeed faced with many uncertainties. We are waiting for and anticipating your leadership, and our expectations for you are running very, very high. My fellow lawyers, the 2019 class of Albany Law, we welcome you to this most privileged profession, our calling that is not merely a job or a business, but is a lifelong vocation as advocate, counselor, and as public citizen. And I most enthusiastically join your family, your friends, and your teacher mentors who have every expectation that you will go forward today to live well, to live justly, and to do justice for your clients, your communities, and this great country we are so privileged to live in. Thank you for the honor and privilege of addressing you on this wonderful, wonderful occasion. God bless you, and congratulations to all of you.
Thank you, Chief. On behalf of our students and everyone here, we appreciate your inspirational and wise words, much to think about, and it's been a real honor to have you here today. So I now have the pleasure of conferring an honorary Albany Law School degree on today's commencement speaker. So I'm going to ask the Chief to come back up. We'll stand here for a moment. As the oldest independent law school in the nation, Albany Law School has had the distinction and good fortune to convey honorary degrees on some of the nation's leading jurists, attorneys, statesmen, and public policy leaders, including Secretaries of State John Foster Dulles and Henry Kissinger, members of the United States Congress, former governors Mario Cuomo and George Pataki, the Honorable Judith Kaye, the first woman to serve as Chief Judge, as you know, and even Alexander Hamilton. You will now join their ranks for your exemplary record and incredible leadership in public service and steadfast commitment to allowing all New Yorkers access to justice and a path to the legal profession. And by virtue of the authority vested by the Regents of the University of the State of New York and the trustees of Albany Law School, and by them and me, I confer upon you, the Honorable Janet DiFiore, the degree of Doctor of Laws honoris causa with all the rights and privileges appurtenant thereto. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And now for the part you've all been waiting for, the conferring of the degrees. I'd like to invite Chair Hacker to the center podium, Dean Mayer to the side podium, as well as our faculty hooders to take their places. Just a word about our hooders. Each of our hooders has had something special happen in the last 24 hours. Professor Ted D. Barbieri has been promoted to Associate Clinical Professor of Law. Professor Janine Taranto, sure, clap. Professor Janine Taranto has been promoted to the tenure track as an Associate Professor. Professor Evelyn Tenenbaum has been promoted to full professor with tenure. And Dean Rosemary Queenan has been promoted to the tenure track as an associate professor.
Thank you, Dean. Under the authority vested by the Regents of the University of the State of New York and the trustees of Albany Law School, and by them and me, I declare that the Masters of Law degrees about to be awarded are rightfully and duly conferred upon successful completion of all degree requirements, and they convey to the worthy individuals on whom they are conferred all the rights, privileges, and obligations immemorially due the academic community. Please come forward.
Would the candidates for Master of Laws please stand and move forward? Thank you. Alan G. Brandt. Ambreen Canwall.
Congratulations.
Daryl Antoinette Taylor, Major, U.S. Air Force. Chair Hacker, it is now my distinct honor to present the candidates for the Master of Science in Legal Studies degree. Would the MS students please stand?
Thank you, Dean.
Chair Hacker, for conferring of the MS degrees, I present these candidates.
Thank you, Dean Mayer. Under the authority vested by the Regents of the University of the State of New York in the trustees of Albany Law School, and by them and me, I declare that the Master of Science and Legal Studies degree about to be conferred, are rightfully and duly conferred upon successful completion of all degree requirements, and they convey to the worthy individuals on whom they are conferred all the rights, privileges, and obligations immemorially due the academic community. Please come forward.
Rebecca A. Briere. Dedeo Ahmad Diarra. Amy Elizabeth Gunnels. Courtney Karen. Rabia B. Usman in absentia. Shannon Rose Owens. Jamie M. Smythe. Kaylee J. Sporko. Jamira Williams Johnson. Emmett R. Zeller. Chair Hacker, it is now my distinct honor to present the candidates for the Juris Doctor degree. Would the JD candidates please stand? Chair Hacker, for conferring of the JD degree, I present these candidates.
Thank you, Dean Mayer. Under the authority vested by the Regents of the University of the State of New York in the trustees of Albany Law School, and by them and me, I declare that the Juris Doctor degrees about to be awarded are rightfully and duly conferred upon successful completion of all degree requirements, and they convey to the worthy individuals on whom they are conferred all the rights, privileges, and obligations immemorially due the academic community. Congratulations.
Would row A please move forward, and all remaining rows may be seated until your row is called. Kevin Abessi, in absentia. Fayez Ahmed. Faniza Ali. Lauren Elizabeth Ashley. Anthony Badia. Heather M. Baumeister. Ariana Beltres. Diploma being presented by Professor Mary Lynch. Armando M. Benitez. Berland Benoit. Julie C. Benson. Nicholas James Berwick. Robert Max Byer. Diploma being presented by Professor Ray Brescia. Nicole Paris Beanie. Diploma presented by Professor Joe Buffington. Jean Carolyn Dignam Birch. Eric E. Bazion, Jr. Anna M. Bonventry. Evan Michael Brusha. Claudia C. Cadenillas. Matthew B. Carden. John Michael Carey. Howard Carter. Gabriella Forrest Kavanaugh. Marina Y. Chu. Marina is actually earning 2 degrees today. She's earned her JD and her LLM, and both diplomas will be presented by Associate Dean Anthony Haynes. Casey Cicerone. Veronica S. Concra. Connor B. Cooney. Gabrielle K. Coonrod. Diploma being presented by Professor Melissa Brigger. Carrie T. Costanzo. Megan Crandall. Andrew J. Creary. Robert J. Daly. Lauren Nicole Danza. Alexandria E. Decatur. Jonathan J. DeJoy. Joseph DePerio. Justin Michael Devendorf. Alexander DiDonato. Rudy B. Doucette. Ashley Rose Dunbar. Diploma being presented by Professor Jaya Connors. Samantha L. Femia. Emily Ferreter Russo. Suzanne Kristen Foote. Damara J. Fredette. Andrew R. Gallagher. Andrew M. Gelbman. Benjamin goes in absentia. Isabella L. Gonsalves. Diploma presented by Professor Joe Buffington. Natasha G. Greenan. Eric L. Greenhill. Amin Hasunya. Connor J. Hoffman. Lucas Mervyn Horowitz. Amanda L. Ione Judge. Lauren A. Jabe. Lindsay Lloyd Johnson. Troy J. Johnstone. Nathan Alexander Jones. Wajia Cosme. Catherine Dugan Kemp. Elena Isabel Kilcullen. Greg Kiley. Diploma presented by Professor Ira Bloom. Elizabeth A. Klossner. Alyssa H. Klein. Delaney Reeves Knapp. Diploma presented by Professor Mary Lynch. Julia Virginia Kozaneski. Diploma presented by Professor Donna Young. Andrew R. Kasowski.
Thank you so much.
Mary Ann Krishna II. Diploma presented by Professor Robert Haverly. Zachary J. LaForest. Fabienne A. Lamar. Spencer Ethan Lane. Joseph L. Lansing. Michael J. Lyons, Jr. Molly B. McGuire Magnus. Stephen J. Mayer. Diploma presented by Professor Christine Chung. Nicholas A. Marico. Amy Elizabeth Marshall. Malik M. Martin. Alexandria J. Matat. Ryan J. McCall. Diploma presented by Board of Trustee member Timothy O'Hara. Nathan McDaniels. Francesca A. McGuire in absentia. Robert F. McQueen. Alexandra J. Metcalf. Danelise Louise Mises Cerrillo. Diploma presented by Professor David Pratt. Ashley A. Milosevic. Graham Lee Mulho. Diploma being presented by the Honorable Stacy Pettit, class of 1984. Paige N. Monachino. Nicholas A. Monroe. Mary Jane Moss Morley. And children. Oh, wait. Thomas J. Morosco. Elizabeth A. Mirad. Diploma presented by Professor Jaya Connors. Kevin J. Murphy. Alexa K. Nagy. Diploma presented by Professor Pamela Armstrong. Tara K. O'Donnell. Adabari Ogunleye. Ashley E. Panic, in absentia. Nicoletta Lucia Pervu. Emily A. Phillips. Jason T. Planofsky. Jessica M. Prayshaw. Jonathan A. Pritchard, in absentia. Matthew P. Rickey. Connor P. Rourke. Timothy R. Russo. Wale A. Salas. Rachel M. Schmidt. Aaron P. Schwally, in absentia. Katie Shea, in absentia. Allison Elizabeth Schimmel. Diploma presented by Professor Melissa Breger. Love Sidhu. Ryan Slattery. Mitchell R. Sobolewski. Anthony M. Sokolowski. And son. Diploma presented by Professor Vincent Bonventry. Stephen Spaccarelli. Kyle M. Starks. Clarissa Stevens. Avery Ryan Sullivan. Nicholas S. Tamburello. Constantina V. Tampasis. Nathan F. Tremblador. Lou Testani. Alexander R. Toma, in absentia. Anthony A. Tojek. Jennifer L. Ewell. Alexandra von Stackelberg. Diploma presented by Professor Mary Lynch. Rebecca M. Wager. Diploma being presented by her mom and staff member Meg Wager. Andreen C. Walters. Diploma presented by Professor Mary Lynch. Jacqueline Lauren Weiss. Diploma being presented by Professor Joe Buffington. Ryan Alexander Whelpley. Amanda K. Mikio Wakefield. Dean A. Williams. Caitlin E. Wilson. Diploma presented by Professor Sarah Rogerson. Kristina Vladislava Vlodarchik. Jennifer Elżbieta Vlodarchik. Sorry, Vlodarchik. Daniel J. Young. Valen L. Seltzer. Diploma presented by Professor Jay O'Connors. Joni Zucker. Please join me in a round of applause for the class of 2019. It is now my pleasure to invite Elizabeth Mirad, president of the class of 2019, to take the center podium for a few brief remarks and to present the Friend of the Class Award.
Good morning, family, friends, colleagues, and mentors. Thank you to everyone for being here today on this momentous day with the class of 2019. Without your love and support, who knows if we would have made it out of our designated cry spots in the library between exam periods. On a personal note, I want to take a moment to thank my parents, the Honorable David Mirad and Susan Mirad, for encouraging me in all my good endeavors. While I'm here today in part of my own success, it would not be possible without the foundation they created for me. On behalf of the class, I want to thank the support systems out there, parents, friends, loved ones, and even pets. You all helped us through. This degree, in part, is because of you. It is truly an honor to speak with you today, concluding the class of 2019's 3-year arduous journey, and send us all off into the real world, or should I say, bar prep. On that note, I'd like to take a moment to congratulate all of our classmates that did take the bar in February. Regardless of the results, taking that exam is a feat on its own to be celebrated. You're an inspiration to us all. A special thank you is warranted to the Honorable Janet DiFiore for coming to speak with us today. It is humbling to have you, the Chief Judge of the Court of Appeals, decorated with the hard work and success, take the time to share your life advice and wish us well on this day. We greatly appreciate your time and sentiments. Thank you. Another special thank you is warranted to our very own President and Dean, Alicia Ouellette. Dean Ouellette, you've truly become the face of Albany law and have set the tone of placing community as one of our school's leading values. It's not many law schools that the president and dean knows you not only by first name within the first few weeks, if not first few days of starting 1L, but also what career aspirations you have. Your pride in Albany law is something that I strive to embody and something I believe our class has embodied. Thank you. While I'm on a thank you streak, I think now's a good time to present and thank the individual voted as Friend of the Class of 2019, Ms. Sherry Meyer. Sherry can always be spotted walking around campus, getting her steps in, with a huge smile on her face. I'm not even done yet. Thank you so much. She doesn't even have I have a couple more words I'd like to say about Sherry Meyer. See, I got it in my head. Don't go yet. So, as I was saying, Sherry can always be spotted walking around campus, getting her steps in, with a smile on her face, sharing her infectious happiness with us all. I'll never forget a conversation between myself and a few other students and Sherry, talking about the upcoming blood drive. Sherry wanted to donate double platelets, which I might add has a weight requirement, and a couple students called her out on it, and she retorted quickly and enthusiastically, "They can't question me about it. I'm gonna do what I want." She's a down-to-earth woman with boundless and infectious happiness who is willing to drop everything to help the students, with things ranging from submitting class assignments, running pro bono programs, to dealing with personal issues. Sherry is truly a behind-the-scenes leader and never expects any recognition for all that she does. On behalf of the class of 2019, we want to recognize you for everything you have done for us. Thank you, Sherry. Before moving on, I would like to announce the class gift. Thank you to everyone that has participated in and donated to our legacy fund, which makes this gift possible. After a class vote, we decided to enhance our barbecue experiences. Sorry, Rob, it's a little too late. By gifting the school a grilling gazebo to cover the grill and serving tables. No more will we have one man braving the storm outside to cook for everyone while we wait inside the cafeteria for the food. Now we'll have one brave soul outside under the protection of the gazebo while everyone else waits inside for the food. Moving on, I decided to spend my last few moments with you focusing on what I believe to be the true embodiment of the Albany Law experience, which makes it so unique and the aspect that has inspired me to become your class president and speak with you today. It's you. It's the community. When I chose Albany Law, I was told by my aunt, an alumna, that she loved it here more than her college. I laughed to myself, thinking it would be impossible to love anything more than my alma mater, and I was wrong, and it's thanks to you guys. For me, the sense of community started before I even graduated college. I knew I wanted to be a lawyer and an advocate for domestic violence survivors to honor my late friend, Alex Kogut. And knowing Professor Mary Lynch specializes in domestic violence law, I shot her an email hoping to meet with her to discuss my possible enrollment. She responded excitedly that she could meet with me on her lunch break if I didn't mind. Mind? I was honored. After a brief meeting, I walked out of the school knowing that I found the law school I would call home. So thank you, Professor Mary Lynch, for making a difficult decision very easy. That feeling of community, while emanating from administration and faculty, doesn't stop there. Think about size. I never realized the power of small until Albany Law. This sense of community grew more and more over the 3 years as I got to know each of you, watching you all grow in so many aspects of the life in law. It's been humbling. You're my inspiration to challenge myself to live up to the standards we created. It's been a long 3 years with whirlwinds of emotions, both good and bad. But at the end of the day, we always had each other to lean on. Whether it was struggling through memo season during our 1L year, now being required to write memos within hours rather than weeks, attending or hosting an event on a topic that ignites the flames of your passions, Halloween parties and formals, litigating for the first time on behalf of real clients before real judges, sitting as a representative on the Student Bar Association, struggling with footnote number 4 in Professor Pat Connor's New York Practice 2 class, competing with and against each other in moot court competitions, being a part of the board, barbecues in the courtyard, which will now be enhanced, as I said, and most importantly, for letting each other know that we were there for each other, sitting together between and after classes, wondering how we were going to get through this very day. Well, my friends, together, we did it. But while we have accomplished the seemingly impossible, our journey does not end here or today with our JDs. And I'm not talking about those nasty B words, bar prep and bar exam. No, I'm talking about what lies after that. I'm excited to see what the future holds for all of us, but I hope we never forget where we come from and what we've learned from Albany Law. The education we received entails so much more than just a couple laws. We've learned to slow down, to see things for how they are, and what needs to be done to get to where they need to be. We've learned how to make change and how to make good arguments for why that change is important and necessary. We've learned the importance of individuals, of people, of sharing our stories with one another so we can grow together and learn from those experiences. Our education is not something we can give back, but it's something we ought to pay forward. I hope that when we practice law, we don't just think in the binary. The law often alludes to good or bad, legal or illegal, but I hope we continue to raise the gray areas, to also take into account human emotion, and that we never forget the power of small or the power of community, to make an impact where one is needed, and I hope we never stop learning. Most importantly, I hope we never stop taking care of ourselves and each other. Remember, there is never a reason to regret being kind. You never know whose life you may change. So, my friends in the class of 2019, let's take the education we've received from this school, from each other, and the opportunities that are yet to come to continue to rise together. I love you all. We did it!
Thank you so much for those remarks, Elizabeth. And thank you to the class of 2019 for the wonderful legacy gift. It will be used in the future and enjoyed. Thank you. Now, if you would, please welcome the president of the National Alumni Association, Earl Redding, class of 2003.
Good morning, class of 2019. Congratulations on receiving your degree from our great institution. As the president of the National Alumni Association, I have the honor of welcoming you to our unbelievable alumni community. As I prepared for this speech, I reflected on my time as a student, the workload, the preparation, the commitment, the relationships with my classmates, professors, and administration, the mentors I found in our faculty, and the impact I made at the law school. Since I can remember, I've lived by 3 simple words: do great work. I practiced those words while in school and have attempted to live those words upon graduation. My attempt at living these words is assisted and enhanced by fellow alums that I practiced, represent, and engage with on virtually an everyday basis. Our shared experiences with the workload, the preparation, the commitments, and relationships created bonds that cannot be broken, bonds that serve as foundations for serving as better attorneys, as well as stewards and ambassadors of our great institution as we strive to do great work. I trust you will do great work and be great stewards and ambassadors for the law school when Joanne Casey, Dean Fitzpatrick, one of our outstanding faculty, a fellow classmate, an alumni colleague, myself, or even the dean calls, be sure to answer that call or email or text. I encourage you to stay engaged with the law school, stay connected, share our news and the news of the law school. Come back to campus often and help to provide for future students through mentorships and job opportunities. In short, do great work. Now, I'm not one to stand in front of a great party you're about to engage in, and I have to get back to work. So I'm going to say, on behalf of the National Alumni Association Board of Directors, I wish you the best of luck on your studies and preparation for the bar exam. You'll all do great, and you'll all pass. I look forward to hearing about your future successes, and thank you very much.
Thank you, Earl. And it is now time to close the program. And in closing, I want to ask everyone to join us for a brief reception up at the Hall of Springs, located directly behind the amphitheater. I want to also ask that everyone remain seated until the recessional of our graduates is completed. What a great day it's been. What a privilege to share today's ceremony with the law school community, friends, and families as we honor the great class, Albany Law School, class of 2019. With that, I hereby close this, the 168th commencement of Albany Law School.